building fun.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick Building Fun. Today we are going to review this right here. This is Lego Overwatch Deva and Reinhardt, set 75973. This is 455 pieces, and I got quite a steal. I got this at Walmart for about $30, I think. So for 455 pieces, that's pretty amazing, and it comes with 2 minifigures, as you will see in just a second. We'll start off by taking a closer look at Reinhardt over here. This guy's pretty cool. Let's see. So, his color scheme is pretty simple. It's mostly grays, dark gray and light gray, with a bit of yellow sort of peeking out from the inside, and a couple of spots of red here and there. On his shield there, he's got some red, and a little bit of orange on his back for his thrusters and for the rocket thrusters on his hammer. Alright, the design is very interesting. He's got sort of abs going on here, which I thought was kind of odd, but I guess it's supposed to look like a big strong mech, so you know, give it abs. The shoulders, I really like the shoulders. They're very big, which could be for the purpose of one of his abilities in the game, which is charge. He can charge at you and slam you into a wall. I guess he doesn't have to slam you into a wall, but if he does, then it does a lot of damage. So you want to avoid that. The elbows are very loose. They're made with these 2 very thin sort of two-way hinges. Shoulders are of course on ball joints, and with the legs they move only at the top. There's a ball joint at the ankle, but there's no knee. So it is a little poseable, but not very. But it's very stable the way it stands up. It won't fall very easily. It's well balanced. And there's a lot of posability in the arms. You can, you could put that down. You could put it up on his shoulder, look casual. You can sort of raise it up, about to hit you with it. The elbows, interestingly enough, this is as far down as they go. They're at kind of a 135-degree angle here. Very odd, very interesting. I like to just have them like this because it looks casual. And his fingers, it looks like his fingers are holding on to the hammer, but they're really not. It's held on by a grabber. 2 grabbers. No, it's 1 grabber. Well, it's 1 piece with 2 grabbers on it. And you can actually remove this bottom part of the hammer and put this part here to be a little hammer for our little figure here, our little mini Reinhardt. And I'll show you that in a second too. Let's see. The boots have a cool spike on them, as you might be able to see here. I'll show you. Alright. So he doesn't have any kicking abilities, but it looks like he could. If it walks around, he could conceivably kick, but in the game you can't kick people, which is unfortunate. That would be cool. And the figure is held down by this. There are no studs that he is attached to in there, so it does that. He's kind of a tight fit though. Getting him out, or getting him in, is not easy, but getting him out is pretty easy. Here you see Reinhardt, little mini Reinhardt, in armor that kind of looks very similar to the mech. He's got the abs there, he's got the circle on the chest, and on the back here, he's got sort of the thruster on his back. I'm not sure I would recommend putting thrusters on your shirt. That might be hazardous to your health. He has two faces, and I'll show you. Here is his alternate face, or if you consider the other his alternate face that you can see through the helmet. And it comes with some hair. I don't know if you ever see this in the game, but this is what the Lego figure has. And to show you without the hair on, you see there, and there's the other side. And that looks cool with the helmet on. You can, of course, put the helmet on his normal face, but to me it doesn't quite look right. But if you have it, you own it, it's yours, do what you want with it. I really like the silvery color of everything, of the whole thing, even the legs, even though they're not printed. There's only printing on the front and back of the torso, but the silveriness kind of distinguishes the rest of him from other Lego figures. And here he is with his mini hammer. Now, I don't play the game, so I don't know for sure, but I don't think he ever leaves his mech to use a little mini hammer. I think this is just something they included in the Lego set, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Now, I did do my homework here, and for those who don't know and find it interesting, I will tell you his in-game abilities when you are him. He's a bit of a bruiser. He's kind of a DPS guy, or a tank, maybe? Yeah, I'd say he's a tank. His abilities are Rocket Hammer. His hammer here has little rockets at the end of it, so as he swings it, it provides it with a bit of extra force. It's a close range ability, so his thing is he will rush forward, and he's got Barrier Field. That's another one of his abilities, which is like a shield in front of him that blocks a large amount of damage. So then he'll come toward you as you try to destroy his shield and fail, and then he can charge at you or hit you with his hammer. And his charge is exactly what you would think it is. It is he physically charges at you, and if he knocks you into a wall, you are in for some damage. He's got one projectile ability, and that's Fire Strike. He swings his hammer at you, and it shoots a bit of fire at you. And Earth Shatter. He kind of hits the ground and shatters the earth, or just the ground underneath you. Pretty cool. And here we have the other mech of the set. This is Deva. As you can see, this is the girliest robot ever, at least in regards to the color scheme. It's very pink, a lot of light pink, a little bit of dark pink, and some gray, and some green, oddly enough. She's got very long legs that kind of, they've got knees, but they don't bend. This, let's see, the feet here will bend, the ankles, and it will bend here at the hip, but it does not bend at the knees, because it's, I think it's more of a display piece than a play piece, as I like to say. I like the feet here. They've got little claws. Ooh, looks like claws on them. She doesn't kick people, just like Reinhardt, even though she could do some damage. There isn't exactly a head on this, I mean, unless you consider this whole thing to be the head. It's so it's not exactly humanoid in shape. It's more shaped like, I don't know, some kind of robot or something like that. It's got these little wings here for short flights, because one of her abilities is that she uses these thrusters to fly up for a brief period of time. And we got these cool looking antennae that look a little bit like rabbit ears, and there's a little rabbit face there to complete the look. So this character is going for a bit of irony. She'll shoot rockets at you, but she also likes bunnies. The person here, I don't know if you can see her in there at all. She's held in there very loosely. You can load her in by opening this up. And there she is. She's a little hard to get out from here unless you kind of shake her loose. So you can open this. You can get her out that way. In the game, she does leave her mech at times. And there are a lot of stickers on this. There were a couple, I think. Yeah, there were a few on Reinhardt, but this one features quite a few. There's one here for Blizzard Entertainment, because that is who has made this game. And a bunch of other stuff. APMTV.KR. I'm not sure what that is. I don't even know if that's a real thing. May or may not be. But maybe Deva makes a little money with sponsorships. I don't know. I don't know what her backstory is. And here we can take a closer look at Deva herself. She's got some very feminine sort of printing here on the front. And even some printing on the legs, which is a nice touch. On the back you got some printing on just the torso, but you can't really see it because her hair's in the way. Here you can see her other face. She is not worried about anything in either of these faces, really. She's being a little flirty in her main face, or in that face. In this one, she has some gum, and now you can see the printing on her back. Not sure what any of that is supposed to be. Probably not abs. Maybe thrusters. Maybe this mirrors also the mech. I find it interesting that her main color here in her clothing is blue and white. A little bit of pink, but not very much. So she does not match her mech very well at all. I do like that hairpiece with the, I guess, headphones. Or maybe that's meant for controlling her mech or calling a new one. Her abilities in the game, she's got Defense Matrix, which blocks. It's like a shield, kind of like the barrier field for Reinhardt. It blocks projectiles. I don't know. I think it probably stays up for a set amount of time rather than Reinhardt's being able to stay up until it absorbs as much damage as it can. Micro missiles is another ability. I think, yeah, she shoots a bunch of missiles. Self-destruct. She can get out of her mech and cause it to self-destruct. I'm not sure if that hurts her too. Probably. It gives her enough time to get away, but that unfortunately gives your enemies enough time to get away too. And then there is fusion cannons. That's the weapon on her mech. Light gun. That's what she has when she is not in her mech. I'll show you what that looks like. There it is. And you can see it from the side there. Maybe a little easier from that side. No shadow over it. Nice lovely pink gun. She has quite a few abilities here. She's got boosters, which I told you about before. They help they allow the mech to sort of fly. And then there's eject, where she gets out of her mech. And here they are together again, Deva and Reinhardt. They're very cool. I like these a lot. They were not too tricky to build at all. My only real criticism, my biggest criticism of these sets, is the way Deva goes inside of there. You cannot make her hold on to those handles unless you want this to not close. Other than that, they're very cool. I like that this one set comes with 2 mechs. I originally bought a bigger set from Overwatch, but I saw this while I was there and I thought I need to get that as well. That's very cool. I like the 2 mechs. It was a really good value. I don't know if Walmart still has it for the same price, but if you see it at Walmart for $30 like I did, pick it up. because it's very cool. Very good deal. That's all I got for you this time. I will see you next time for more building, more fun, more bricks.